WTF, we're doing a podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Michelle. This is 50. Welcome to What the 50. Join us on our continued journey to simplify our lives.
We will seek the answers from the experts and offer tips, tools, and techniques to live your life with confidence and joy. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Hello, Mish.
Hi, Nikki.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good.
So we have a new format today.
Well, we're testing something out, right?
Right. So let's see if it works. We'll get the feedback from our listeners and our viewers. And so we'll know whether to do this format again or not.
Right. So today we're talking about aging.
Yes. It's a topic that you and I have had casual conversations. We have watched videos, we've listened to podcasts on this, but it comes down to our own personal perspective, really, because there are mixed reviews, there are mixed views on aging.
Well, first of all, it starts off with this whole thing about anti-aging, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that people are saying that why use the term anti-aging? Because we do want to age. Otherwise, if we don't age, obviously, we would be forever young. But obviously,
I think we need to define what is anti-aging. Is it that we're against aging, or are we against what society says about aging? What exactly are we defining?
True. And whether we're going to embrace it all with willing to embrace it all, the wrinkles and all. So there's this cosmetic line, I think I told you about, called Tula. It's actually, they aim at the under 35-year-olds, but their thing is about embracing all your wrinkles. So they had this ad campaign. It's a few years old now. And it'd be say like, oh, this wrinkle is because I finished my PhD. This wrinkle is because I bought a house, this wrinkle is my children. So just embracing all the milestones in life. And obviously it brings with it, how can we put it nicely? Well, what it is, it's wrinkles and all, right? So.
For me though, I hear all of these, like this cosmetic line and so on. But for me, I think it just has to be an organic transition. I think I'm not necessarily going to go and buy a product because I'm going to embrace my wrinkles. Because I need to, first of all, I think it has to start within ourselves to say, I am aging and I'm happy that I am, because it demonstrates that there's so much positive that comes with it. And I think the first thing that we have to do is to look at that and understand what exactly is aging. It's a whole lot more than gray hair and the wrinkles, because the wisdom that comes with aging, it's the freedom that comes with aging. Cindy Crawford, I don't remember how old she is now, but she's probably our age, maybe a little bit older. And she says, I'm not 25 and I don't want to look like I'm 25.
Yes, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she says, this is who I am, and I am happy with who I am, and every single day I'm awake and I'm alive, and aging shows and demonstrates that I am alive.
Yeah.
So I think that, yay to Tula for coming up with that. Is it just another way to make money for them? Another way to get money out of our pockets? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But I think we really just need to look at ourselves and recognize that here we are at this stage in our lives, and it's such a privilege.
Oh yeah,
it's such a privilege. Everything is about perspective, right?
Yeah,
because when we were Nikki, in old age, you spent somebody that was just wrinkly and fuddy-duddy and didn't have a purpose in life, and they were retired and no use. That's how we viewed aging. I'm sure a lot of persons can identify with that. But now that we're actively in the process of aging, our perspectives are different. And I think
it's a fight against the cosmetics companies though, because like so much consumer products, they instill this ideal into us that, you know, we must have the smooth skin and the skinny
Absolutely.
body and whatever. So I applaud Tula for, you know, trying to fight against that norm. And I think other companies have as well, because so much in our society is just all fear-based, right? You know, eat this, do that, you know, invest here, you know, just so much, have this insurance. Everything is just so fear-based. And honestly, I am so tired of all that. It's just so draining because, you know, I'm hyper vigilant. So all this stuff just worries me. If I, you know,
Of course,
like,
social media doesn't help, right? Because it's in
of
our faces
course,
all the time.
exactly,
But you
exactly.
know what? Speaking of social media, I mean, you and I know of an influencer that we follow, Tennille Murphy, and she embraces her gray hair. I mean, something as basic, as simple as that. I mean, she's not even 50 yet. She's in
And
her late 40s.
I think
And
that
she's
this,
absolutely beautiful with it, doesn't she?
of course, and there's lots of social media people that have actually changed my perspective on it. So that's where I started thinking, oh, maybe I should just embrace that gray hair, because I'm
Right.
so tired of having to color it every 3 weeks. You know, it's like, ugh. But like, you know, I'm going to name some of them here. There's this one person called the Silver Lining, that she is under, I think, or just 50, maybe 52. And she
Right.
herself has gone gray. There's this Asian woman, Ting My Style, and she's very much about embracing her wrinkles and whatever. And even for men, you know, aging for men is also an issue. Like, so
Yes.
there's men, there's this one called the New Gray, and these
Mhm.
other older men
Silver
stylists
Fox, the
called
Silver Fox
Marcel,
guy.
the Silver Fox guy, and then
Yeah.
Marcel Denim. So
Mm-hmm.
social media has its benefits. It's like, okay, they look good, they're embracing it, you know? So, but speaking of the gray hair thing, like I was just in Canada, you know, my oldest friends are there. And so I have these two friends, my two best friends in Canada, and one of them is like, no way, I'm never gonna go. I'm not gonna do it. I can't let the gray go. I can't let it go. My other one is like, yeah, it's the best thing I ever did. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, you know, like here I am torn. Do I do it? You know, people saying, you're gonna look old. It's like, but I am old, you know. Is it worse to like just take the gray, embrace it, and say, this is who I am, or try to camouflage? Am I not being authentic to who I am? I don't know. It's a process, and I think I'm just gonna work through
At the
that.
end of the day, though, it's a mindset, right? Because I know I have my grays, which don't bother me at all. I mean, I color my hair because I don't like the color of my hair, but the grays don't bother me at all. And the fact that I can go out with my two sons and people still think that I'm their sister, whether or not they really do is a whole nother thing, but they say it and I grab onto it. Um, do I have to have, jet black or brown hair to as an indication of my age? Um, I really have no issues with my gray hair at all. And I have friends who have now embraced their grays. I have a girlfriend, Bridget, who has stopped coloring and her hair is white. And when I tell you, it is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So again, it's a mindset. It's just how we feel, how we choose to look at things or perspective. And that really makes all the difference. And I can't say to you, Nikki, don't color your hair, leave it alone. My girlfriend Simone, she for years she has never colored. I remember years ago I said to her, why don't you put a color in your hair? And she says, no, I don't want to. And now I look at her and she has a beautiful head of hair. She has all shades of color in her hair, naturally, and that's by choice. And at the end of the day, we just have to decide what works for us. Because I can't say to you, how can you put color in your hair? You're supposed to be embracing your age. But if you look in the mirror and you don't feel good when you do it that way, I mean, does
Of
it
course, it comes down to
comes down to individual
personal
things.
taste and personal choice. And a note on that, one of my girlfriends that did let her hair grow out, she says her hair has never been healthier than it has been with the gray. So leaving that point along, but ageism is
Yeah.
an issue. So another girlfriend that I was speaking to when I was in Canada was also saying that, you know, her husband recently went to apply for a job and was applying, I guess, competing with younger candidates.
Right.
And
Right.
he's like, should I color my hair, you know, you know, to, I guess, defy my
Look a little
age. I
younger.
don't know.
Look a
Right.
little younger. Right.
So, you know, so that plays into it too, like, because people don't want to sometimes
It's
hire.
interesting that a male is thinking about that because
Yeah.
usually, it's just females that would think, should I color my hair to look a little bit younger? But clearly the men do that too.
No, of course they do. Well, gosh, I remember my father with the Grecian form of the Grecian, I don't know. And then he would just always be coloring his hair, but yeah.
But I mean, just a little bit of history note here. Back in the day when we had the pharmacy, youth hair was a product that you put in your hair for it to look dark, not necessarily black, but dark. And that was one of our best sellers.
Okay.
And Lady Glow hair dye, which is locally made here in Jamaica, that was one of our best sellers, and men would actually buy it too. And they just, have the jet black hair, which wasn't a natural look. But the fact of the matter is, as you have said, yes, men do want to look younger too. And one way of doing that is calling the grays.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just think the grays look so handsome on a man. But
Yes, I particularly,
that's for
I
me.
love it on my husband, you know,
That's
for
for me.
the hair he has, but poor thing.
Right. Well, I mean, Chris totally cuts everything up. So I constantly tease him and tell him I'm sure he has gray hairs there if you just let his hair grow, but he won't.
Yeah.
But
Trevor has his beard and whatever, and you see the gray, and I love it. His
yeah.
mother doesn't particularly like it, says it makes him look so old. But anyhow,
Who says that? His mom?
his mom.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. But hey,
But it brings us to also to dressing and style, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's this like societal norms that
Mhm.
do we adhere to? First, also like the length of your hair. Remember how you must have
Short
short
as you
hair,
age. As you
right?
age, you must be short.
Right. And how do you
Yeah.
dress, right? You're not supposed to be wearing this or wearing that. So,
But let me tell you something. My mother is 98 years old, right? And about 2 weeks ago, we are planning for her to go to Castleton Gardens, which is in St. Andrew, the hills there. And mommy said to me, I had actually bought her a dress, right? I have one and she has one. So I said, Mommy, can you wear your dress and we can be twinning? At 98, she kind of forgets things every now and again. And I tell her I do too, so it's okay. About 10 minutes later, we're talking about going to Castleton again because she's all excited because she loves to be out. She says to me, in front of her nurse, she says to me, can I wear my short shorts? My mom is 98, right? So at 98, in her mind, it's okay for her to wear her short shorts. And I thought it was just a great thing because I'm sure there are other 98-year-olds or maybe a little bit younger too who think, oh my gosh, how can she be wearing shorts at her age? It's not appropriate. But for my mother at 98, she just thought it was fun.
I love
And guess what? She wore her short shorts.
good for her.
She thinks she has the best legs ever at her age. And she just wants to show them off all the time. And I'm like, okay, why not?
Well, if
And
you got it, flaunt
that
it,
was a
girl.
great. So going back to what you're saying though about society and what what is being said and so on, again, it just comes down to how you feel.
Right.
I
And
mean, I'm
again,
not expecting my mother to put on or somebody at her age to put on something that is revealing, but it's modest enough to say, look, she's still wearing her short shorts.
but again, it comes down back to women, and the judgment that sometimes we inflict on others. So it's a lesson to us to embrace each other. And if, girl, you want to wear your short shorts, go for it. If you want to wear your hair down to your bottom, go for it. And it's not for us to judge it because it's whatever that person feels good about, right?
Yeah.
So,
But here's the thing though. I mean, again, it is just, as we said, how the person feels.
right.
Because there's no point me wearing the short shorts and I'm putting it down and saying, Nikki, oh my gosh, I think my
Exactly.
shorts are too short. So, it comes down to how you feel when you look in the mirror, what is looking back at you, you know?
And
So,
sometimes I can't lie, I don't want to look in the mirror. However, we both know that there are times when you look good and you're willing
mhm,
to look in the mirror and you have to so that's why sometimes, Michelle, I have to tell the listeners our story about, your pants that you were just wearing and you look good in them. And she says, Nikki, these pants, I have them in every color. And that's the way we have to shop these days, right? When we know we just,
it fits, it goes on, it's not squeezing my waist, blah, blah, blah. I still feel good in it. So I
yeah,
have it in the black and in the gray and, all the colors because it works. I feel, flattered when I have it on. So, hey,
exactly. And we just have to stick to those things. But
right, right.
yeah, because there's some pictures that you see of people and they're wearing something. I thought, yes, I can wear that. And then you get it and you put it on. It's like,
Uh-uh.
what the heck was
Nope.
I thinking?
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's aging really is about how we how we feel.
for sure.
It's You've always heard age is not a number. Um, but it's really how our own mindset and how we choose to embrace the moment, live in the moment, and create those times of those memories, and not think that because we're a particular age we need to disappear and become irrelevant. I mean, again, I'll talk about mom who, for years, she wanted to get an iPad. Why does mommy want an iPad? She wants an iPad because when she goes to church, everybody's taking pictures on their iPad. So she wants an iPad too. And she wants to learn WhatsApp and she wants to make sure that she stays current, although she is 98. And I think that's a great thing. We don't have to go into a corner and wither away. And when we talk about the blue zones in our next episode, that's one of the things that they talk about, having that sense of purpose at any age.
Yeah.
So,
And just coming off of our empty nesting one, right?
right,
We know for the two of us that it's important for us to refocus our purpose because so much has been our purpose, has been our boys.
right.
But we have to say, okay, we've launched them now, or for me, launched them. Now it's
Mm-hmm,
our time. And
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
that's why, and we are working because we get so caught up in making,
Taken care of.
creating them, developing them,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that my boys would cringe at me saying that, but it's true. We invest so much into
And I
that.
would do it if I had to do it over again. I'd do it just the same with a few um, adjustments, knowing what I know now.
Oh,
But
I would make a
certainly,
I would make a few changes. I don't know if you've been seeing my personal feed. It's like I'm posting all these things about parenting, like younger kids, and it's like, damn,
mhm.
I didn't do that. So people need to remember to do this. And
Right.
speaking of that mission, I know that this is going to be something that we want to talk about in a future episode, but I mentioned this to you that I was at the lacrosse games on the weekend gone, and there is this, I would say it's around 16-year-old boy, and I overheard him say that, he wished his father would come and, watch his sports games. He says,
Mm-hmm.
he drops me off all the time, but he just doesn't stay and watch. And he says, I just wish he would stop. He says once he came, but then he went and he played basketball or something with his friends. And my heart just broke because, and I had to say to him, listen, your parents, your dad, maybe he doesn't even know that you want him to stop
Mm-hmm.
and watch. So just tell him and see what he says, just ask him, can you please just
Yeah.
come and watch me? I would really love it if you did.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm digressing, but I just want everybody to know that honestly, now that my kids are not there and it's not easy for me to support them all the time. Um, honestly, take the time and go.
For sure. Because
Yeah, show up.
we don't have this moment again.
Yes.
Um, Literally. I mean, when you say those words, you realize just how powerful that is. Literally. When I see you next, Nikki, you're not going to be the same because you're going to be 3 days older.
Right.
So we
And
only
right
have this
now, as
power,
parents,
and our kids grow fast. Like it just happens so
the
quickly.
days are long, but the years are short, right?
Short.
We hear that all
Yeah.
the days are long,
Yeah.
but the years are short. So
Yeah.
so go, parents, go and show up and be there for your kids for sure.
Just be present, you know, a lot of times, especially now, which is again another episode. In that episode, we talk about it. Just a lot of times you hear about parents saying, or a spouse saying, but I was there. But doing what? On the phone.
True.
Not
Yes.
present. Not present. That is something else that we really need to encourage persons to, you know, be present, be there in the moment. Not just physically, you know, but be in the moment.
And we are both guilty of that too, because
We have
how
to learn
easy it is to get lost in that world
easily.
online, right? You just completely miss everything, you know?
Yeah, totally.
So that's the words of wisdom from these aged
I was
moms.
about to say from us ladies, us older ladies, aging ladies.
Yes. So we're going to stop using the term anti-aging. And we're going to use, these are some other words: pro-aging, optimum aging. I don't know if I like that one. And ageless. I like ageless, I think. Yeah.
I like ageless. That sounds good. Yeah, that flows nicely.
So on to the next era. So embrace it all, right? And we'll see how the gray hair progresses every year.
All right, my friend. We'll talk another time.
Okay, for sure. Okay, bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of What the 50. Please show your love and encouragement by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review wherever you're listening.
And don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram. And please join our active Facebook group at What.the50.